Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Today we will start with red blood cell disorders. This is our first lecture and we will try to finish anemia in 5 to 6 lectures inshallah. First of all, what is anemia? Anemia is a decrease in total amount of red blood cells or hemoglobin in the blood according to their age, sex, or any special condition. Basically, we will define anemia is decrease in the hemoglobin of a person according to their age or sex. This table shows us normal ranges of hemoglobin and other red cell indices according to their sex, what is in females and what is in men. But these normal ranges are for adult group. The normal ranges for the infants, children and older population will be different, and normal ranges for special condition, for example in pregnancy, will be different. Before going into detail, first of all we will learn different types of anemias. So we will start with classification of anemias. Blood loss. Acute and chronic blood loss. Acute blood loss may be due to any trauma in road traffic accident or during the surgery, and chronic blood loss, it may be due to certain GIT lesions or gynecological problems which can lead to chronic blood loss. Now, when there is hemolysis. What is hemolysis? In the hemolysis, there will be rapid breakdown of the RBCs at the faster rate than the normal. During the hemolysis, the rate of production of RBCs will be also increased, but when the rate of destruction is increased as compared to rate of production, it will produce anemia. During the hemolysis, there are different types of anemias which can lead to hemolysis. There are certain lesions of the hemoglobin in which there is deficient in globulin chain synthesis, there may be structural abnormalities of the globulin chain, and there may be inherited disorders. These all leads to increased destruction of the RBCs. So number one is the inherited genetic disorders. Most common is the one of the most common among these is red cell membrane disorders, that is hereditary spherocytosis. In these, there is the defect in the membrane of the RBCs. And other inherited genetic disorder is enzyme deficiencies, which is the G6PD deficiency. Now, the hemoglobin abnormalities. Where is the disorder in the globulin chain? Number one is deficient globulin synthesis, in which thalassemia syndromes. It may be alpha thalassemia or beta thalassemia. In beta thalassemia, there will be underproduction or absolute no production of the beta globulin chain, while in alpha thalassemia, there will be absolute deficiency or partial deficiency of alpha 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 chain. Now, in certain there will be structurally abnormal globulin chains are produced, which is the sickle cell anemia. There is change in the sequence of one amino acid leads to change from the normal beta globulin chain to sickle cell chain which leads to sickle cell anemia. Previously, we studied genetic disorders which leads to genetic disorders or variants which leads to increased RBC destruction. Now we will discuss different acquired genetic defects. One is the deficiency of phosphatidyl inositol linked to riboproteins. Number two, antibody mediated destruction, which is the hemolytic disease of newborn and blood transfusion reactions. Number three is mechanical trauma, which include microangiopathic hemolytic anemia. Or number four is cardiac traumatic hemolysis, where is defect in the cardiac walls. We will discuss each in detail later on. Infections like malaria, there is also increased restriction of RBCs. We can see in malaria there will some patient present with hematuria, etc. Due to increased restriction of RBCs due to different toxins or chemicals, for example, Clostridial sepsis, snake venom, lead poisoning, and there may be hypersplenism, which leads to increased sequestration of the RBCs and different lipid abnormalities like liver disease and A beta lipoproteinemia. Previously, we have discussed different disorders which leads to increased destruction of the RBCs, which is the hemolysis. Now we will discuss where there is decreased red cell production. Basically, anemia. Anemia is the basically decrease in hemoglobin concentration. It may be due to decrease in production of the RBCs or increased destruction of the RBCs. First of all, we discuss when there is increased destruction of the RBCs, which is the hemolysis. Now we will discuss when there is decreased production of the RBCs. There are different conditions. Number one, we are discussing when there is stem cell depletion. This is the Fanconi anemia. Number two, there is nutritional deficiencies. These are among the most common disorders which leads to anemia in the general population. These are basically iron deficiency anemia or number two, B12 or folate deficiency anemia. And iron deficiency anemia is the most common anemias in the world. Red cell production is also decreased in certain other conditions like erythropoietin deficiency, which occur in renal failure, when there is immune mediated injury of the RBCs precursors in the bone marrow. This is in aplastic anemia or pure red cell aplasia. Basically, in pure red cell aplasia, there is only decreased production of RBCs, while in aplastic anemia, there will be pancytopenia and RBCs, WBCs, and platelets. All three cell lines will be decreased. Then there is anemia of chronic disorders. There may be certain neoplasms which may lead to anemia. For example, acute leukemia, myelodysplasia, myeloproliferative disorders, certain metastatic neoplasms, certain infections which usually decrease the production of RBCs in the bone marrow. This is the parvo B12 infection. This is our first lecture and we will finish here. In the next lecture, we will start with iron deficiency anemia. Thank you.